All right, what's going on, guys? Three trades today. We made about like 700 bucks. I didn't even add the shit up yet, but we had a break even in the pre-market. We had a small win. I unfortunately missed the big move to the upside, and then we had a small scalp short. Not a bad day, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, again, didn't catch that big move, but we'll get into this. So if you guys want to join the Discord, link will be in the pinned comment. And if you guys want to have a link for Alpha Futures for discounts, I think they're running like 20% off, or you get 10% off regardless. Link will be in the pinned comment as well. Again, if you guys want to join the Discord, we talk about everything in here. We actually ended up calling the low of the day at 425. So if you guys want to join, executions, all that stuff is in here, so go check that out. I post in here every single day. So yeah, link is in the pinned comment and the description. So I'm going to run through this really quick. Pre-market trade was a little bit aggressive. We ended up getting that initial sell-off or in the pre-market, and we ended up having that 8:30 high from the red folder news we had, unemployment claims, I think it was. So regardless, we ended up getting the sell-off, and I just figured we were going to put in a low. This is just market experience kind of trade. We had a 1 minute inverse, took the entry rate here, stopped below the wick, and I wanted to target up to that news high. This was looking for a high risk to reward trade, of course. So as soon as we ran through this buy side, I moved my stop loss to break even, and just because I didn't want to be holding the trade into open, and then I ended up getting taken out break even on this bearish candle right here around. That was right at market open, yeah. So unfortunately, didn't take any profits on this, but that was fine. That was a risky pre-market trade, just with market experience, 1 minute inverse, and yeah, not bad. Then from there, price initially keeps dumping down, and it just kept running through those higher time frame gaps, and then finally it ends up tapping into this 15-minute first presented fair value gap over here, which was the first gap on this big push to the upside, right? So but beyond that, all we had was previous week's low as our next sell side draw. So I figured that price was probably going to want to bounce off this level. So that's why I said 425, because 428 was my idea. 428 to 425 was the idea, because it's part of the first quadrant of the gap. When you tap into it, it's usually going to just react off the beginning point of the gap, right? I also was thinking that it could come down to CE, but just to be safe, I wanted to get an entry in here if we had a 1 minute confirmation. So after we tap into that 15-minute gap, we had a 1 minute inverse right here. This was my entry again. Executions on that one are right there. Took the entry there, and my initial idea was to run, take profit all the way up to that 830 high, but I ended up scaling out right here on this aggressive push. I took out about half, and then I moved my stop loss to break even because we had orange folder news at 10. So just to be safe, I wanted to have my stop loss locked in at break even. So we ended up taking out half. I wanted to let the rest run, but we ended up coming down and getting stopped out break even. And on top of that, we were also trading into an opposing gap. So I just wanted to be safe and didn't want to see price go against me, come in, tap into CE, and then continue to flood up, right? So from there, we had the 10 a.m. news, and I wanted to re-enter on this candle right here at 10:01 on this inverse, but I didn't like how big the candle was. I didn't want to see it come down, put me in drawdown or something, and then again manipulate lower. So I wanted to get a pullback. We ended up getting this wick into this 1 minute gap, but I just didn't take an entry, and then price just left without us. So we missed that entry again, unfortunately, but we did catch this one, so that was fine. And then from there, I tried to get in on a 5 minute continuation play, but we literally had nothing. And then from there, price took out the news high, and then it filled in this hourly bearish fair value gap. So I decided to take an aggressive short from here. So from here, we filled in this gap. And at this point, I was looking for an aggressive short entry. My first entry, I'll show you the executions. We had 3 entries onto this, and that was the exit because I didn't get the full take profit. Obviously, I managed it when I knew price was probably going to reverse. So on the 1 minute, our first entry here, I forgot to even alert about this one just because I was on my phone and I wasn't even paying attention. And then we ended up getting a re-entry, and then I finally alerted the Discord on the third entry. So basically, we had this 1 minute inverse right here. This was my first entry. Then I entered again. Then I entered again, I think after ES inversed a 1 minute gap, left my stops above the hourly bearish for value gap just to give it room. And I wanted to see price come down and fill in this like 15-minute bullish gap, or like the CE point of this gap, or continue to run lower, or at least fill like equilibrium for that push up. So as soon as price came down and filled in this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here, I ended up moving my stops to break even and scaled out a little bit just because at this time it was already past 11 o'clock and I don't like holding trades past 11. So scaled out some here and moved my stops to break even, and rest got stopped out break even, unfortunately. But there you guys go. That's pretty much it for me. Break even small winner, and then small winner again. Not the greatest day, but unfortunately missed that big move on longs. I know a lot of people probably took that, but it is what it is. We'll catch the next one. So that's going to wrap it up from you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until the next one, give me a like, subscribe, comment on the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.